So how do you perform or even practice your instrument effectively when there's so much uncertainty going on? It's hard to keep focused on your goals when your mind is filled with worry. So watch the rest of this video for some tips for practicing effectively, whatever situation you may be in right now. Hi, I'm Donna from DonnaSchwartzMusic.com, the site to boost your music performance and improvisation skills up to the next level. So right now, we're going through some unprecedented times. The whole world seems to be shutting down. People are getting frustrated, they're getting angry, and they're getting worried because of all the unknowns. And many of us are now working from home or told to stay at home to keep safe and healthy. You know, this reminds me of what we went through living in Long Island during Hurricane Sandy. We knew it was coming, and we were super prepared. We had enough supplies. I'm great with that. And we even took in some friends who lived in flood-prone areas. But what we weren't prepared for was the emotional toll it took on us. You see, we survived the storm, but then we lost electricity and heat for 9 days during an unusually cold October, where the temperatures dipped down into the low 40s at night. There were gas lines that spread for miles, fights erupting on the gas lines, gas shortages. Many stores were closed because they were damaged in the storm or just had no electricity. How could you not feel hopeless, right? Well, we realized there were people that were much more worse off than us. In fact, one of my friends had floodwaters of about 4 feet going through her house. Then the sewers backed up, and that contaminated water went through her house. So she lost her house. A group of us got together to help her salvage whatever she could, especially her family memories. Helping her made us feel good, helped her feel better, and it lessened the worry we had about our own situation. So how can we turn what's going on today into a positive situation? How can we stay focused on the things we need to get done, especially when it comes to practicing and performing? All right, I'm going to share a few tips with you. Tip number 1, write down what you're thinking and feeling. Now, believe it or not, this one tip can clear your mind and help you come up with new ideas and solutions for what you're working on. I recently reviewed a great book that can help transform your life, and it's called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I'm going to put a link in the description below. Now, I've been using the concepts from this book for a few months now, and it's really helped me get focused. And by journaling, that's one of the steps, by journaling what I'm thinking and feeling, man, that's just been a game changer. It really has. Now, I thought journaling was a waste of time. Who the hell has time to sit down and write down what you feel, and who cares, right? It works. And if I can do it, so can you. And you don't need a fancy journal. You could just use a notebook or Evernote or type it into a Google Doc. Now, there's 5 other steps that Hal outlines in this book that can help you be more efficient, more effective, clear your mind. So check out the link again in the description below. Tip number 2, practice something different. If you follow a usual routine, why not change it up? Now, some of you may be saying, well, you know, that usual routine gives me stability, but your mind can wander when you do the same thing over and over again. So instead of warming up on, let's say, static long tones, why not warm up on a lyrical song? Okay, instead of, you know, working on patterns, why not spend a session transcribing? I'll share a story. When I was younger, I practiced a lot, but what I would do is I would make it sight reading Saturdays. So I'd do a quick warm up, and then I'd sight read the rest of the day. It was a lot of fun. It broke up the monotony, and it really kept my reading skills up. And it was fun because, hey, I made a mistake. It's sight reading, right? Now, do you like these tips so far? Do me a favor, like this video, write like in the comments below. Tip number 3, play a different style of music. You know, I've mentioned this before in previous videos, and it reminds me of when I interviewed Derek Brown for the Everything Saxophone podcast. He talked about his college days and how he was playing jazz, but started to really get into world music, and that inspired him to create a whole different style of playing the saxophone based upon what he was hearing. So why not put on Pandora or Spotify and just play along with a different style than what you're used to? When you go back to your usual genre, you may find yourself creating more interesting ideas. Tip number 4, play music that makes you happy. I don't think people do this enough. I think people look at practicing sometimes as a chore, and they forget why they took up the instrument in the first place. Now, especially when times are tough, pull out your instrument and use your playing as a way to get your mind off of things. Not only is it going to make you better, but you're going to bring happiness to yourself and to others who may need it too. Tip number 5, and this is a bonus tip. Broaden your mind and listen to great podcasts. Shameless plug, like my Everything Saxophone podcast. You're going to get great advice from world-class performers. Great artists like Derek Brown, Jamie Aebersold, Kirk Whalum, Grace Kelly, Darren Ron, Michael Linkton, Daniel Bennett, Derek Crane, the Sax Spy, Steve Neff, Claire Daly. So many other people have shared priceless advice and experiences from their own lives. And it's not just about playing the saxophone. Okay, it's about music business. It's about being a better musician. So use the advice from these episodes in your own practice, and that may help give you some more tips and advice for being more efficient and more effective in a shorter amount of time. Now, as an extra bonus, I'm going to share a link in the description with some 1-minute tip videos to boost your practicing results as well. Now, as always, check out my website, DonnaSchwartzMusic.com, for more tips to boost your music performance and improvisation skills. And don't forget, tap that bell to subscribe to my channel to be the first to know when new videos come out each and every week. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. On that note, take care. Have a great day.